Have you ever felt like you're hitting obstacles when you're trying to hit a big new goal? If so, you're not alone. I'm going to share with you some quick tips today that I have learned over the last couple of months as I've been launching a new company, and share with you some personal examples as well as give you an update on where I am with that. So stay tuned. And give you an update as well as an opportunity to enter a giveaway where you will win over $450 in items with my new Women Warriors of Light group. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to an updated version. Hello and welcome to an update version of the Stories of Hope in Hard Times podcast. I'm your host, Tamara Anderson. And oh my goodness, first of all, thank you to everyone who has reached out since I finished my podcast in January. Thank you for the sweet comments. I feel so blessed to have been able to connect with so many of you on a personal level over the last 4 years as I've been doing the Stories of Hope in Hard Times podcast. And as I promised you when I did that last episode, I would give you periodic updates. And so today I wanted to just share with you some quick updates on how I'm doing, as well as share with you 4 tips that I found to help me succeed as I've kind of been upgrading to a new level, which is starting this Women Warriors of Light company. And I am so excited for it. But I also have to talk to you about some obstacles that I've faced along the way. One of the most common questions I've gotten from friends and from even some of you who I've never met is, Tamara, how has it been, stopping the podcast? How has that felt? And there really was some grief involved, and just changing from podcasting every week to now focusing on other little goals and trying to get this Women Warriors of Light group started. It has been a more difficult transition than I imagined it would. And so I've learned a lot about the word patience. And that's really one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about today. There is a Bible verse that has just kind of been rolling around in my mind that I feel really describes kind of what I've been feeling and some of the 4 things that I've been going through the last little while. So let me read this Bible verse to you. It is found in Hebrews chapter 12. And it's verses 1 and 2. And this is what it says. I'm going to start halfway through the verse. It says, "Let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God." Now, I'm going to start back where I started at the beginning of that verse 1. And one of the first things that we're taught is that we're invited to lay aside every weight. And one of the things that I found as I've tried to kind of upgrade to this new company that I'm starting and everything like that, is that there were some things holding me back. And I remember one particular day when I just felt like there was a weight on my chest. And I know I've talked about that feeling before, and sometimes it's hard to discern, okay, what is this weight? Is it something stopping me? Is it something I need to get rid of? Is it something that maybe from my childhood, a perceived belief or something that I've got in there? What is it that's holding me back? And as I prayed and kind of journaled about that weight, one of the thoughts and impressions that kept coming to my mind was that I needed to go see a friend of mine who's a counselor. And I will be honest with you guys, I've visited with her before, and she is absolutely amazing. I love her to pieces. But there was a prideful side of Tamara that's like, Tamara, you can do this on your own. Why is it that we do that, you guys? We think it's like God tells us what we need to do, and we're like, oh no, God, I'm good. I can do this all by myself. It's like we're a 2-year-old telling our parent that, no, I'm good. I know you told me what I need to do, but I'm really just going to do this all by myself. And I'm sure God kind of rolls his eyes at me sometimes and is like, well, you asked me what you should do, and I told you. Now you need to kind of swallow your pride and do it, or ignore me. And so finally, after praying about it, I thought, Tamara, God gave you an answer. You need to just go and talk to your friend. And so I did. I set up an appointment with her, and I went, and we had some really good conversations about some of these weights. And we found out that some of the weights that were holding me back were beliefs that I'd had since I was a child about some things that I watched like my parents go through, or just incorrect views of what and these things, these preconceived notions from when I was so much younger, 7 and 8 years old, and I watched my parents go through some really hard things, were holding me back. They were weights, as it talks about here in Hebrews, let us lay aside every weight. Sometimes things that are holding us back are beliefs that we've had in our mind from childhood. And I'm not a trained psychologist or counselor or licensed social worker. And even though I've been able to process a lot of things on my own, I really don't think I could have figured out what these weights were that were holding me back if I hadn't gone and talked to a friend and had her help me process them and kind of look at my younger self and tell my younger self that's okay, and forgive my younger self, and forgive some of the some of the notions that I believed that weren't true, especially with regards to God and him expecting me to run faster and harder than I was able to, work hard every day. And if I didn't do that, I didn't have worth. And so that was the first thing that I really had to kind of overcome and learn to upgrade so that I could succeed with Women Warriors of Light, or begin succeeding. The second thing that's mentioned in these Bible verses, so we have lay aside every weight, and then the sin which doth so easily beset us. Another thing that I've noticed the last couple of months is, because I want to start this group that helps women become stronger in their battles against Satan, in these winding up scenes before the second coming, in inspiring them and teaching them to put on their armor of light, that guess who doesn't want me to succeed? Satan. And so I feel like he's just throwing everything at me the last couple of months. And so I've noticed that when we try to upgrade and do something new and better, especially things that are going to add more light, not only to our lives, but to others' lives, that Satan doesn't want that to happen, and he'll start throwing things at us. And I noticed that some of the tactics he used on me were maybe even little simple ones, like trying to get me to forget to pray or don't read my scriptures. I remember there was one day in particular, I just got up later than usual, and I think it was about noon that I went, wait, did I say my morning prayers and read my scriptures today? And I was shocked, because that's like one of my go-to habits. Like, I just do it like clockwork. And I was like, oh, I didn't. And it kind of shocked me. I think I was like, wait, what is this? And he just distracted me by keeping me busy with so many other things, that I wasn't doing the things necessary to get my armor up and shielding me and protecting me. And so often when we're trying to hit these higher goals that are requiring us to step up maybe farther and higher than we've ever gone before, we'll find these obstacles, beliefs that are holding us back, or other things that are holding us back that we need other people's help to process. Or maybe Satan's throwing everything but the kitchen sink at us. We'll have struggles that'll hit us that maybe we've never dealt with before, or children who need help, or family members who need help, and their distractions. And so those are two of the things that I've noticed these last couple of months that I've been struggling with. The next thing that is mentioned in Hebrews 12 is, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. And this one, guys, what is it about patience? I don't know. I thought I had patience before I had kids, and I have quickly learned that that's not the case, that I've become so much more patient and understanding of a person ever since my kids were little. And every task I seem to get that's helping me move upward and forward, it requires more patience. And I remember when I was a little girl, my dad said, with any like project that I was going to do with regards to building something, or constructing something out of wood, or fixing something in the house, he always said, take the time that you think it's going to take in your mind. So if you think, oh, this project is going to take me 2 hours, and he said, take that time and multiply it by at least 2, maybe 3 or 4. And I found as I've gone through life that that doesn't just happen with little projects that I'm doing to fix things around my house. It happens with big projects like starting women's groups and stuff like that. That, like, for example, starting a simple website. I was like, oh, I'll get on there. It'll take me a couple hours and I'll be good. I will have just basic homepage, something like that, and then 6, 7, 8 hours later, I've got okay stuff going. And all of a sudden, I'm trying to link my domain name, which is www.womenwarriorsoflight.com, back with the new site, and it's not letting me. And it took me like a week to figure out how to solve that problem. And so sometimes I would get impatient with myself that I was setting these goals and say, oh yeah, I can have that done on Thursday. And then Friday would come and a glitch would come up, and Saturday and Sunday and Monday. And it's taking some of these actions that go with starting this new group are just taking me longer than I thought they would. And so I've had to remind myself to be patient. I love how it says, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. Not getting too anxious, not getting down on myself when things don't go as fast as I thought they would in my mind, kind of like my dad said, but giving myself the grace that, okay, it's taking longer. I'm just going to have to be patient and let the people who are working with me know to be patient with me, because I'm working as fast as I can, but it's not getting done because there's dominoes that need to fall one before the other. So that's the third principle. The fourth principle is in the beginning of chapter 12, verse 2. And I love this one. It says, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God. And I love this because it takes whatever we're trying to do and puts our focus right on Jesus Christ as a perfect example of laying aside every weight, because he took upon himself the cross and the sin which does so easily beset us. Now, he didn't give in to sins like we do, but because he suffered and bore that cross, he gives us the hope that we can be free of our sins. And looking to where he is at the right hand of God, knowing that because he is there, we can be there someday too. And that he can help us run that race of upgrading our lives and improving our lives and setting aside our sins and setting aside every weight that seems to come upon us. And that he can help us get where we want to go, which is ultimately back at the right hand of God, right beside Jesus Christ. So keeping that focus riveted on him. What would Jesus do? How can Jesus help me do this? Kind of yoking myself to him And it's been quite a learning process for me these last couple of months as I have transitioned from podcasting to building this women's group. And it's going slower than I'd like, but I've been blessed with 5 amazing college interns who've been helping me start up with social media. And I have to tell you guys that these college interns have been absolutely so fun and fantastic to work with. And one of the things that they said, Tamara, let's do a giveaway. And so I was like, okay, sweet, let's do a giveaway so that we can get more traction online, on Instagram, on Facebook. We just got the YouTube channel up and running this past week. And I just wanted to let you guys know that we're doing this giveaway. And as you share and you follow on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, that you will get more entries into this. And so I'm sure you're wondering, well, Tamara, tell me what you're giving away. And so I'm here to show you some of the things. And this giveaway is going to be running. Let me look at my calendar here. This giveaway is going to be running through March 28th. So we're running it for 2 weeks. It actually launched yesterday on March 14th, and it's going to be running through the 28th of March. And we are giving away, let me see if I can show you guys some of these things. This is a beautiful, hang on, might need to, can you see that? This is a beautiful minky blanket. And for those of you who don't know what that is a super, super soft blanket. It's like a $250 value, and it's a beautiful cream color with a waffle pattern in it. So that is a beautiful gift. The next thing I'm giving away is a Stanley cup. There it is. And this is a tumbler, so it has a built-in straw that you can kind of fold down. I noticed a lot of the Stanley cups had a big straw poking out, and I like this one because it collapsed. It's a cream colored cup with a handle on top, and it's just a beautiful cup. And that's probably worth about 50 bucks. It's hard to find a beautiful neutral color. The next thing I have is a $75 Lululemon gift card. And I'm super excited about that because I know a lot of women love Lululemon. And so that is another big gift that we have going. Another gift is a copy of my book, Normal for Me. And I'm so excited to give that away as part of this giveaway. It's my journey from grief to peace after 2 of my sons were diagnosed with autism. In fact, if you have any child with a disability, you can order this free on my website. Just follow the links in my store and you can get that. Another gift is 5 copies of my Mother's Might booklet. This is an awesome gift for Mother's Day coming up. It's an award-winning booklet. It's a super short story, and it's awesome. It's great for moms who are feeling especially worn out and exhausted, or any woman who's feeling worn out and exhausted, and like God doesn't see them and isn't answering their prayers. And it's kind of a modern parable of a woman learning those principles that God sees her and knows her and loves her, just like he saw the widow giving her last 2 mites. And I also have one other thing. We'll grab it. The final thing is this beautiful fine art print. Oh, let's see if I can get it to show here. It's this beautiful fine art print of a woman wearing the armor of light. And it says on the sides here, the sword of the Spirit, the helmet of salvation, the shield of faith, feet shod with the preparation of gospel peace. And it's a beautiful piece of artwork. It's framed, it's ready to go, and I'm so excited to share that with you guys. So this awesome giveaway, it's about $450 worth of things, and you can enter by going to my personal profile, tamarakanderson.com, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, or just look for Women Warriors of Light, and you will find it there. You can also go to the website, Women Warriors of Light, and enter the giveaway from there. We'll have links to it on the website there that you can find. And I'm just going to apologize in advance. The website isn't where we want it to be yet, but it's coming and it's getting there. So be patient with us as we're under construction. But follow us, because we are doing amazing social media things, and have been for the last couple of weeks. We've got Mental Health Monday that we're doing. We're doing tips on Tuesday. Wednesday is, I can't remember. We've got things on Wednesday, Thursday, Fitness Friday. We've got tips on Saturday, and then Sunday is always a Bible verse. And so I will invite you to follow us. We've got reels that are going up and YouTube shorts that are going up. And so just general awesome tips for women, and just with the idea and motivation that we can get through the challenges that we face. And I'm also going to be doing a survey coming up where I want to find out what are some of the struggles that you're having, because one of the things that we're going to do with this women's group is bring in experts and have them teach us and coach us how to handle those challenges that we're facing with a perspective of faith. And so follow us, join the Women Warriors of Light group. I'm so excited to be sharing this content with you and making it a part of women's daily lives, because we need each other. Life is really, really hard. And as we work together and inspire and motivate each other, we can overcome the challenges that we face. So that is just a quick update from me. Remember, when you're trying to upgrade and become more successful, kind of raising your game a little bit, to follow those 4 tips found in Hebrews 12:1 and 2, to lay aside every weight, maybe swallow your pride, lay aside the sins, or try to make sure you focus on what's most important, especially prayers and scripture study when Satan is trying to distract you. Number 3, run with patience the race that is set before you, because some things take longer than you wish they would. And number 4, look to Jesus, because he can help us get through anything and overcome any obstacle. So that is my update. Jump on my social media platforms, enter the giveaway, and you could be the lucky winner of over $450 worth of amazing things. Thanks for joining me today, and hope on.